One night, I eavesdropped on a whispered conversation in my parents' bedroom. I had gotten really upset at my mom that day for refusing to leave cookies out, and now I could hear her talking to my dad about it. They talked about how when we first moved into the old house, someone or something had eaten the cookies we left by the fireplace. Maybe it was rats or a hungry burglar, but nothing in the house was touched. So since they couldn't figure out what happened, they did away with the tradition altogether. Hello.
Hello.
Wow, there it is. Let's try that again.
Up?
Hello. Welcome to Counting Cryptids. I'm Jacob.
Yeah, I'm Connor. Your two usual hosts.
Yeah, we're
It's the
Chaz
Christmas.
Michaels is figure skating.
This is the Christmas episode.
Yes.
Ugh.
It's actually this is the last episode of the year/season.
Yeah, we're probably gonna just break off season here. We might, maybe we'll include that 31st just because tournament wrap up. But if you didn't know, there's a tournament live.
The tournament is live for voting on like all the episodes that we've done. There's a link to that in the description of this episode, so you can go and fill out your bracket. There's also another episode that we did with tournament information right before this one. You can listen to that one if you have any more questions.
Hopefully that episode answers your questions about the tournament. Otherwise,
it will
get a hold of us.
you'll probably have more questions after having listened to that episode because we were pretty drunk when we recorded it.
We really don't know what's going on
It's very
anyway.
apparent that neither of us have any idea how to run a fucking tournament. So
thanks,
bear
Sean
that in
Counts.
mind. Yes, thank you, Sean.
That's a great idea. Let's do a tournament that we don't know how to do. Okay,
It's fine. We're good.
we're gonna see how it goes.
We're going now.
We'll iron out some things for the next tournament.
Yes. So we also have some reviews we're going to get to at the end of the episode, but because there's a couple of them.
There is a couple new reviews.
It'll take too much time if we do it at the beginning, so let's just fucking...
If you want your reviews read on air, go over to the Facebook or iTunes and leave a 5-star or 4-star or 3-star or 2-star. One is acceptable. We will take any of your reviews. Just leave us a review.
Any number of stars, just a review. Okay. So I guess let's fucking do this. I mean, we're talking about Santa Claus today. I'm sure you already saw it in the episode description.
Also, it was in
title.
It's
And
it's
the
been
tournament.
around.
I may or may not have forgotten to remove the words from something, but that's fine. It didn't matter anyway. So
Saint Nick.
Saint Nicholas,
Kris
Kringle,
Kringle.
Father Christmas.
Yes. Santa Claus.
Yeah, the fat motherfucker. So I decided I wanted to do my introduction to Santa Claus instead of just the Wikipedia one.
Please sing it.
No.
Oh.
I didn't do from Wikipedia. I took it from Urban Dictionary this time.
Ooh.
The term Santa Claus is an American distortion of the Dutch name Saint Nicolas, meaning Saint Nicholas. He is known by many other names around the world, such as Kris Kringle and Father Christmas in Great Britain. Saint Nick was a Catholic bishop and in what is now modern Turkey during the days of the Roman Empire. He left gifts for poor people in his town, and after he died, the legend of Saint Nick coming to homes in a chariot carrying presents for good people was born. The legend was spreading along with Christianity, and when that faith reached the Arctic,
Interesting.
Saint Nick started riding a sleigh, pulled by flying reindeer. The legend spread around the globe and in the 20th century, in the American Coca-Cola provided the modern image of Santa as fat, jolly, round, with white hair and a beard, wearing a red suit and black boots, of course, drinking a bottle of Coke. He's beloved by children all over the world. It was much more serious than you were expecting from Urban Dictionary, correct?
A little bit more, yeah. But I do want to say there's an urban legend that Coca-Cola actually invented, and
They stole it.
they did.
They did steal it.
They don't own Santa Claus, but trademark is a little iffy.
So that one wasn't that funny. So I did had another one from Urban Dictionary. By the way, that was the user that posted that one was I Saw You Two live twice. So shout out there. So this one is another one on Urban Dictionary, or the definition of Santa Claus. This one was posted by "This bumblebee transformer is going up your fucking ass." So
be good, folks.
The fat bastard who didn't give me a bumblebee transformer in 1985 and will die a slow, painful death for being a lying son of a bitch. Me, all I want this year is a bumblebee transformer. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. All right, you've got it. Christmas morning, 1985. Me, sobbing. Mommy, I didn't get the bumblebee transformer. Mommy. Santa must not have had enough in stock for all the demand. Me yelling, I don't give a shit, he's a fucking lying fat bastard. Christmas Eve 2010. Santa Claus, who are you? Me, I'm the kid you didn't give that I'm the kid you didn't get off your fat ass to find a bumblebee transformer for in 1985. Santa Claus, I'm sorry. Me, you will be sorry when I feed you your own nuts. Where's my scissors? And by the way, the bumblebee transformer isn't too hard to find now. I've got one right here. Bend over and I'll show it to you. Hashtag fat bastard. Hashtag lying son of a bitch. Hashtag Santa Claus. Hashtag Santa Claus CLAWS. Hashtag man who will eat his own nuts.
See, at first I thought that guy was going to be totally kidding, but I think he's serious about that.
Escalated
I think
quickly.
he's legitimately pissed.
So, I mean, I guess we kind of covered appearance in there. If we really need to do this, you know.
Fat white guy, a big white beard. He's got the little hat with the puffball on the top, and some nice fur around the edge, and then a suit of red. That doesn't explain it well enough. Look on the fucking internet.
He has flying reindeer, elven slaves, a secret lair. He brings you presents, eats your cookies, and steals your bitch.
Dick. Yeah, like you said, the North Pole is where his lair is. But you can also catch him at malls, shopping centers, grocery stores, and parades. And you can even call, text, and email this motherfucker. I don't know how nobody's seen him. His phone number is 951-262-3062. His email santa.com/email_Santa ASP. Those will be in the description. You can also track this dude at santatracker.google.com.
Wow. That's unfortunate. It seems like a long shot, but okay. Side note, shout out to Greg and Joni for getting me this Bigfoot shot glass I'm using while we're recording this episode.
It's pretty sick. The gold rim. How might you encounter this person if you can't get a hold of him through his phone, his email, Google tracking?
Well, I mean, I guess the first step would be to not be naughty. You'd have to be nice, and then he would come to your house to bring you something, and you know he's coming that day. So you just gotta, like, Home Alone prep your house for that shit.
I'd probably camp out by the fireplace.
Oh, yeah, usually he goes down the chimney. I mean, otherwise you go to the North Pole, if you could, like, find it.
Yeah. I mean, is the North Pole real, though?
Is that Season 2, Episode 1 of Counting Cryptids? Is the North Pole real? I mean, it's not like the North Pole, like Santa's workshop, like.
I'm assuming it's under the ice.
Oh, okay, interesting. There's like, I just assumed it was like magic somehow. So there's like a little knob you got to polish or something, and then just like bam, it shoots this white stuff in the air, and then once all that clears, like you can see the workshop. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's got a squirt in your eyes, and then you can see the truth.
Oh, Jesus. No, it's Saint Nick.
Hey, Mom, don't listen to our Christmas episode, please.
Oh, boy. I really need to keep that in mind. I should keep this appropriate for my mother.
Oh, also, real quick side note, I want to throw this out there. We talked about this in Gobble Squash, that there wasn't really a Thanksgiving song. That is a lie.
Name one.
Jingle Bells is a Thanksgiving song. It's not a Christmas song.
What? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. It's just about snow. It's really not about...
It's Thanksgiving, brother.
Does it say anywhere in it Like,
Does not say Christmas. Does not nothing. It's
interesting.
yes. I wanted to correct that mistake.
But
It's an
people
addendum.
usually listen to it at Christmas
It is,
time.
yeah. It's a fucking Christmas song now. It's been co-opted to be a Christmas song.
Some sort of fucking conspiracy there.
Some fuckery for sure. On the note of songs, I don't know if we can play this one because, well, like it's in another language, so I don't know if that like make a ton of sense. But I have translated. But real quick, I'm going to talk about this Tio de Nadal or Christmas log. If you have any idea what this is, did you see this at all?
No, but I drop a Christmas log every morning.
Hey-o! All right, so it's the Catalan tradition where you decorate a log with like a smiley face and like a Pinocchio-looking fucking nose. And sometimes they have legs, sometimes they don't. I think that's a modern adaptation. So 8 days before Christmas, you start feeding the log. So like every night you leave like a plate of food like in front of the log, and like you put a blanket on it to keep it warm and shit. So then like you just do this every day leading up to Christmas. So then once like on Christmas, it's time for it to poop. So you have to make it like evacuate its bowels. So to do that, you hit it with a stick and sing a song to make it poop. And then you just like lift the blanket and get your gifts.
Which is poop from a log.
Yeah, which is candies and nuts. So this
Alrighty.
or the cagatillo, the shitting log or poo log.
It's not
So
too late for us to start this tradition, Jacob.
You are correct. So yeah, we have 2 days to start it because it's the 15th.
Quick, give me a log.
So I have some translated song lyrics here. Shit log, shit nuggets, hazelnuts, and matto cheese. If you don't shit well, I'll hit you with a stick, shit log.
I will be playing that at every Christmas from now on. I'm gonna bring home a log, like not a little log, like a fucking
It's like
tree trunk.
yeah, it's like
and
a log,
put it
bro.
in my living room and not say anything about it.
Yeah, you put a smiley face on it. You gotta put it right by the fireplace. It's got like legs, and you just like put a blanket on it.
I like this tradition. It's so ridiculous. It's awesome. The shit log. I gotta make it one word so it's not like I'm telling my child
A shit log.
the shit log.
It's a shit log.
The shit log?
It's like you would call someone a shatheed.
Yeah.
So like instead of
Shithead,
shithead.
yep.
Yeah, it'd be like, this guy's being a shatheed over here.
If my child comes around
You're
you,
welcome.
if my child comes around you and says shit log, you'll know.
Stay away from my child.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't be anywhere near my children. Which is currently one child. Should we get into the story of St. Nicholas? I believe he is like the first.
Yeah. If you want to talk
Christmas,
about, I
like
mentioned
Christian.
it briefly at the beginning, but if you want to get into
Boy.
El Santiago de Nicolas,
Yes.
that's not really what his name is, but
Because this is Turkey.
yeah, San Nicolas. I mean, okay, but if we're being real, my name is biblical, which means it's Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
That seems weird. Because
It
I don't
is
think of it as
weird.
I'm like the whitest motherfucker. I'm Scottish as hell.
But is it Jacob translated from something else?
Oh shit, I don't. No, I feel like it's Jacob in fucking Hebrew too, right?
I doubt it.
Not ancient Hebrew, I guess. Jacob. Jacob. That may be racist
Over
for me to
here,
make that
Jacob.
sound. I can maybe not do that. I should maybe apologize.
St. Nicholas, the bishop, which we said Myra, which is now Turkey. This is the 4th century. So he was a rich man. He got a bunch of money from his rich parents that died when he was a young boy. And he gained a reputation for helping the poor and giving gifts to people in need. Sound familiar?
I mean, the way you worded it, it kind of sounded like Robin Hood, but
Yeah, it could have been
Santa.
Robin Hood.
I had seen one
They're similar.
in one place. It talked specifically about him, like, I guess like people like you have like a dowry, I think it's called, where you'd
Yeah.
you have that like, I will give you this money and your son will marry my daughter.
Yep.
so like you have poor people who wouldn't be able to do that. So then like if they can't do that, then they're just like, cool, I'm going to sell my daughter into prostitution, just like as you fucking do. So I guess he'd like just like give people like bags of money so their kids wouldn't have to fucking be sold into being prostitutes.
The story that I saw,
fucking shout out there, dude.
Yeah,
that's
good
rad.
job,
Keep
Saint
people
Nick.
out of sex trafficking and shit.
Unless
like,
they want to do it, then you're free to.
dude, that one's okay. Not like prostitution. If you want to do it, I'm confused now, Connor.
The story that I heard in relation to that was that this Saint Nick would go up and throw gold down for a poor person's family so they can pay the dowry and the daughter can get married. And the tradition of stockings came from him throwing gold down into like a sock that was drying.
Didn't he, throw it down the chimney or something too? Okay, so now we're kind of getting some of those. Interesting.
Yes.
So he never went through the chimney. He just throws it down there.
Yeah, he just bloop, and somehow makes it in a sock drying outside of the chimney. Anyway,
he just fucking yeets him in there. It's Kobe.
You gotta bounce it so it somehow.
If all it's in there's an orange, like fucking whatever. Some gold coins.
He was later exiled from Myra and then put in prison under Emperor Diocletian. I hope that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
On December 6th, in either 345 or 352, his bones were stolen by some Italian merchants. And we talked about this last episode with Krampus being. We briefly mentioned, I believe, St. Nicholas Day being on the 6th. So they celebrate on December 6th, St. Nicholas Day, where there's a feast, and then the sailors, who still to this day carry his statue from the cathedral out to sea so he can bless the waters down in Africa. That's what I wrote in, baby! I'm going to go into a little bit of how St. Nicholas became the Santa we know today.
I'm really glad that you did like this part of the episode because mine's just like, I've got a dumb story. Here's a dick joke.
No, I mean, that's our podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how did St. Nicholas become Santa? Well,
tell us, Connor. How did St. Nicholas become Santa?
One more time for the folks in the back.
Now only the ladies.
Any mothers out there? Oh, all of you. Oh.
Why the fuck was that so funny? Okay, let's go.
All right, well, in the 16th century in northern Europe, the stories and traditions of St. Nicholas, which, like I said, included the hanging of stockings and filling them with toys and food, became unpopular.
Oh, no.
How could you not want a sock full of prunes?
Because the prunes are touching a dirty sock. I don't want to eat these dirty sock prunes.
I'm trying to dry these. What the hell? Now they're all pruny. Anyway.
I just thought it was a sock, so I put it on my feet and then walked. I got prunes everywhere.
So somebody had to deliver presents to the children of the UK, so he became Father Christmas or Old Man Christmas. And then in some parts of Austria and Germany, the present giver was known as Christkind.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a golden-haired baby with wings who symbolizes the newborn baby Jesus. So then, early settlers of the United States, the settlers adopted the name Kris Kringle from Christkind. I don't get it.
There's something lost in translation, maybe.
Yeah. And then when the Dutch settlers came to the United States, they brought with them stories of St. Nicholas, who they called Sinterklaas, the translation from the Dutch. And then that kind of translated into Santa Claus, which has become popularized.
And then it's kind of just Santa mostly now.
Yeah, just...
I mean, I think Santa Claus, like... Maybe the only time that you refer to him as Santa Claus is like there's a song.
It's Santa.
Here comes Santa Claus.
I know
Here
him.
comes Santa Claus. I can't sing anymore. Copyright infringement. Even the tune I can't sing anymore.
That is pretty much how Santa became Santa.
Oh.
I don't know where the idea of elves came in. I think earlier stories had like Santa Claus and Saint Nick building their own toys, and then somehow elves came along to help him with that process.
So I think that comes with like merging of different religions. And different,
probably.
like as Christianity spreads and like you have these ideas, once Christmas is like associated with that, then people have, the bringing the tree inside is one of those. But then again, just like as, because I mean, you have like the Yule lads or whatever who are like the little fucking 7 dwarves motherfuckers that like they bring like little gifts if you're good. Their names are like Spoon Licker and shit like that. It's interesting. They have a cat, the Yule cat, that eats children or some shit if they don't get new clothes. I was very confused looking into that one. But they like bring little gifts ahead of time, and then like there's like the wise men bring gifts, like bigger gifts.
Yeah. Like the 7 doors, the Yule lads.
So they're like,
bring small gifts and
I said we were going to talk about it again, but like Zwarty Pete, like that one is like a in quotes helper. I guess it's more of a slave situation. But the elves, it seems a little slavey to me. But
yeah, I mean they're not a superior race to humans, so.
What do you know of elves?
I don't know, but I bet if they could build bombs, if they can build lots of toys,
If it can build a wrench, it can dodge a ball? What?
I don't know. Elves might be one we need to visit.
Yeah, maybe.
Specifically Santa elves. I think you got to split up the two.
Between like elves and Santa's elves.
Yes. They're not traditional elves. Elves shoot bow and arrows as far as I know.
Disenchanted. If you are familiar with the...
I've seen Disenchanted, yes. He's not the little... He's not the fucking Keebler
green
elves.
Yeah, that's what I picture as a Santa's elf.
Right. Yeah. They don't really have like mystical powers.
See, this is where we kill time right here. This is 5 minutes going by trying to figure out elves.
Next week, on Counting Cryptids.
No, it's not next week. We're not back till January 31st.
Next year.
The reindeer. I saw somewhere they were talking about the reindeer were like born from immortal horses.
Oh,
from like Norse mythology or something. I could be mixing that up a little bit.
I did see at one point that they kind of like they thought that Santa might be Odin because of his beard. When are you going to dye your beard white?
I already have a little bit of white in the front.
Yeah, but when are you going to go all white?
A little bit. If my hair does. I don't plan on dyeing my hair or beard. But if I go white, I have to just bleach it. Why the fuck would I want to do that? Just grow a beard, Connor. You're blonde.
I really wish I could grow a beard. But my beard comes in reddish.
You have a ginger beard?
Yes.
I'm a ginger. If you didn't know, Connor.
I hadn't noticed. Oh, wow. This is news to me, Jacob. Wow. Makes me look at you a whole different way.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
It's been 26 years. Yeah, right. I hadn't noticed.
So I do have this story. I just kind of wanted to throw something a little creepy in here. It's kind of long. I'm going to do my best to read the whole thing and not fuck it up. It's pretty fucking long.
Do it.
So this was on thoughtco.com/haunted-christmas-2596769.
That'll be in the description if you didn't remember all that or write it down.
I'll link to that. So it starts. My parents and I live in a small home that was around 90 years old. It was in a small town called Bluffton in northeast Indiana. The year would have been 1996. We lived there from the time that I was 7 years old to the time I was 19. From the very day that we moved in, I felt that I was not alone. At night, I would lie in bed with an intense feeling that I was being watched. One year around Christmas time, I was having a friend spend the night. The heat had just shut off briefly, and she and I were sitting in the living room watching the television, and the temperature dropped substantially. As I rose to turn up the heat, the Christmas tree began to shake violently. Ornaments were falling off right and left, and she and I were terrified. We ran upstairs and lay down on my bed. My white cat curled up with us, and the door was open slightly. When I gazed out into the dark hallway, I was horrified to see a tall white figure run down the hall. I turned to my friend, and she acknowledged that she had seen the exact same thing. She never spent the night ever again.
Thanks for ruining my chances of getting laid, Santa.
Years passed, and things were uneventful. I became severely ill with a chronic illness and was frequently hospitalized. That's when things began again. After coming near death twice, I began to be able to sense things that no one else could. I once again felt that nagging sensation of being watched. I ignored it this time, and the illness went into remission. Once again, the activity, if you could call it that, stopped. When I was 18, I began to experience things like never before. Upon the death of my beloved grandfather, I had become preoccupied with death and frequently visited cemeteries. That's when I noticed an increase in activity. It started out with the voices. It was like a television had been turned on, and there was a flurry of voices coming from downstairs, or even more frightening, outside my room. My parents were always asleep when this would happen, and their room was right next to mine with a vent, so I could hear my parents sleeping next door. I would get up and check all the rooms, but there was no TV on, nothing to account for the voices. I was getting more and more scared as the voices started happening every night. That's when I started seeing shadow figures. They varied in sizes, but they were all human-shaped, except for once. One night, I was walking out of my room with my cat in my arms when she began to growl ferociously. I said ferociously? It's ferociously. She began to growl ferociously. She never does this. She's normally an extremely docile cat, and I was shocked to see her acting so. This is when I looked down the hall and saw a shadow the size of a large dog run down the hall quickly. We don't own a dog. We had owned one before I became ill, but were forced to give it away due to the fact that we could no longer provide it with the proper care that it deserved. My cat growled and growled until the shadow disappeared. For all the other times I saw shadow figures, they never looked like a form of a dog again. From that point on, shadow figures were strictly human-shaped, some tall, some child-sized, but they frightened me to death. I would lie in bed at night, tortured by the fear that I was going insane because no one else was experiencing this. When I confessed my experiences to my parents, they told me to see a psychotherapist who could find nothing wrong with me. I continued to see shadow figures up until the last few months that we lived there. As the months went on, I began to feel a dark aura spreading across the place. It was a heaviness, an uncomfortable feeling I could never quite shake. Sometimes I would get frustrated with whatever was there. I would leave a room, I would turn off the light, and the light switch would make an audible click every time someone turned it on or off. Each time I would shut it off, the click would echo, and I would turn around and the light would be back on. Finally, I said in an annoyed voice, "Quit playing games. Could you shut the light off, please?" And sure enough, right before my eyes, the light shut off. One time I shut the light off in my bedroom before I left the house, and when my parents and I came home, my dad said to me, "What did I tell you about leaving your light on?" And I replied, shocked, "But I shut it off when I left." He said he had nothing to say about that. Another time, I was lying in bed and I heard the audible noise of someone sitting down in my desk chair. Sure enough, when I sat up, the visible imprint in the center of the chair where someone would be sitting. Things would get so bad sometimes that I would be forced to sleep in my parents' bedroom like a child. In August of 2018, we moved to a new house far away from the old one. I have not experienced anything abnormal here, and the aura is much lighter. Perhaps it was my dabbling in the paranormal. I had tried communicating with spirits and frequented cemeteries and tried to provoke ghosts that had caused all of the grief in the house. But one night, I went back there to get some of my things, and as I was leaving, I saw a dark figure run across the yard. I drove away and never looked back. And that was posted by a Catlin Williams. Okay, so that's the end of that story.
Interesting. What made that a Christmas story?
It was around Christmas time. The tree was shaking and ornaments fell off.
Okay.
Somebody on Facebook, when we were talking about what the next episode was, said like a spooky tree or a haunted tree or something. So I saw that and I was like, let's get it.
Okay, I get it. I get the connection now. That's interesting. Sounds like somebody else I know that may make an appearance on the podcast. All right. So I want to thank Sean real quick for this next bit. He pointed me in the direction of X-Men. The X-Men
Elaborate.
Santa. Okay, so in the Marvel Universe, Santa is a pretty badass dude, and it seems he has unlimited power.
I'm sorry, what?
Bear with me.
I'm unaware of this.
I don't know a lot about X-Men, so Sean and any other X-Men experts, fans, I'm sorry. I don't read comics. So the story goes like this. On December 24th, Cerebro, the mutant detecting computer for the X-Men, detected the most powerful mutant ever registered. That's right, Santa. A motherfucking mutant. Anyway, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, the bad guys, also sought out the unbelievable power.
The IJLSA? Oh, wait, no, that's the good guys. Never mind, sorry.
Yeah, International Justice League of America.
International Justice League of Super Acquaintances.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Every villain is lemons. Come on, SpongeBob references. Let's go. Yeah, thank you.
Best episodes.
Actually, I have a list compiled. I'm getting a top 5 list to compare with my cousin over Christmas of the top 5 best episodes of SpongeBob. I've already watched like 40. I've got another 25 to go.
On this week's
I think
poll,
I've got my... If you want to talk SpongeBob, I'll start my own fucking podcast.
Sorry, this will be the last episode of Counting Cryptids as we quit to start a SpongeBob podcast. So the two mutant forces battled because they were both looking.
They fought over Santa.
Essentially, yeah. But Santa drops in and turns the Brotherhood into toys, so they're all just inanimate objects, and then teleports the X-Men away. He erases both groups' memories of the incident. And on top of that, he brought some fucking snow to New York.
Doesn't it snow in New York all the time?
Apparently it hadn't in a while.
Okay.
He also makes some appearances in other Marvel universes. You know, I don't know how this shit works. I don't do superheroes.
Was Elf a Marvel movie?
Yes.
That was a joke.
So there's a run-in with She-Hulk where he's Detective Nick St. Christopher, where he almost bangs She-Hulk. But then Mrs. Claus shows up and like breaks him up, and then at one point sends She-Hulk a present that turns her back into a human so she can celebrate Christmas with her father. He also helps Iron Fist and Luke Cage take down Krampus.
Did he try to bang her as She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I just wanted to
Flirting
clarification.
ensued.
Oh, you're awfully strong. I bet you can't rip my dick off.
Bet you can't lift this giant bag of toys. My giant sack.
I've got a heavy sack for you to carry.
Mothers listen to this podcast, Jacob.
The only 5-star rated podcast among all mothers.
Is it too late to put in the explicit content warning?
I told you I need to get this figured out to be excessively explicit. That's how the podcast is going to be labeled. Maybe I'll just add like the parental advisory thing onto
Every episode.
Yeah, I'll just have it on like the episode graphic.
Just add it to the title, like to our name. Just be
the logo is just like a fucking sticker over the logo that says excessively explicit. Yeah. I'm into it.
You got anything else on
I
the old
don't.
Saint Nick?
I mean, it's one of those things. There's a bunch of stories of people who had
sightings and shit.
They saw Santa when they were a kid and stuff, but most of them that I looked at, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, like it was 1958, and I came downstairs just to happen to need a glass of water on Christmas morning at about 3 a.m. And
by golly, I saw Santa.
You wouldn't believe what I saw. I saw a man standing there putting stuff in stockings, and so I turned to the man. And he saw me, and then the next thing I knew, I was asleep.
Yeah.
And I knew I had seen Santa because I saw lights through him. The lights were through him. Like, bitch, you were asleep and you're 8. Come on. You didn't see Santa. It was your fucking dad.
Yeah.
It was your dad, bro.
Easily.
You're a kid.
How real quick, how did you learn that there wasn't a Santa?
There's not a Santa?
Yes. There is.
Well,
no, hold on. Rewind. Is Santa real?
No.
Was Saint Nicholas real?
He was a real person.
Okay.
He existed.
I agree.
There is historical records
Bones
stating that he existed. I saw some stuff that his bones oozed some shit that was like
Gold?
it's some I don't know, fucking some healing liquids or something.
I'm gonna go lick.
Yeah,
Saint
some people like
Nicholas's
stole
bones.
like half his bones because they oozed some magic shit.
I'm sure
Allegedly, his bones oozed some magic shit.
Placebo.
I don't know.
Placebo bone liquid.
Okay, so I don't know. I was probably around 10. I feel like it was one of those things you got kind of aware of before. Like when my parents split up, it was one of those things that like, I don't know, like my mom stopped trying so hard on that one too. And it was one of those things, you know, like we'd be out and it's like around Christmas time, I'd like be looking at something and like have interest in it. Like, oh, I want this or something. She's like, okay, cool. Turn around. Okay. And then she'd just like hide it in the cart under other stuff. And we'd go about the rest of our shopping. And then I'd like be in my stocking. I'm like, but you bought this.
Bitch, I'm on to you.
I'm confused.
Yeah. I don't think I have ever had anything like that. Like, my parents definitely did that, but it was always from them, you know? But, like, I remember specifically one year. So, okay, the tradition at my house was always we drive around to wait for Santa to get there, and we opened up Christmas Eve because we usually went to my grandparents in the morning.
So you go drive and wait for Santa to drop everything off.
Yeah, and when we got back, you know,
Everything
my
was
parents
there.
always had some shit to do before, like, oh, go get in the car, kids, we'll be right out.
Yep,
And they just throw everything out real quick. And one time I went out to the car, parents were still in there. My mom was still in there. Specifically, like my mom was inside, obviously planting toys, but I was like, I gotta go pee. And like was super pissed and like went inside and like my dad was, you know, yelling at me, like, stop being a jackass. Like he usually does. And yeah, you know, I called my mom. Like that's how it ended. I was probably older than I should have been.
Okay.
I'll put it that way.
You were 17?
Yeah,
about.
I had moved out at that point.
It was 24?
A few years ago.
This is 2016?
Yeah, so that's interesting. Interesting way to find out.
I'm
pretty sure I cried.
Yeah.
But I knew beforehand, like going inside, that it wasn't fucking Santa Claus.
I kind of feel like maybe, like, I think I knew and like I didn't like tell my brother, and then my brother was like, yo, I found something out. And I was like, what? He's like, Santa's not real. I was like, oh yeah, can confirm. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. So then like I think we like confronted my mom about it. I don't really remember. God, I have spent so much time destroying my brain cells, Connor.
Good, and we will continue to do so on this podcast.
On that note,
hey, will you pour me a little quickie?
I mean, I didn't really want to talk about like these random sightings of like, you know, when I was a kid, I definitely saw Santa, and you know what I mean. Then you have
it's nothing like my
I don't want to. Yeah, I'm just again, it's kind of like lighthearted. You know what I mean? We're just
chilling, talking about Santa.
Are you okay? What do you do with your son? Do you teach your son Santa? I think we talked about this a little bit the other day, but
talked about this
not on air. It wasn't on the episode, I don't think.
Well,
if it was, oops.
So far, it's kind of one of those like empty threats. Like, really haven't talked to him like, hey, Santa Claus comes every Christmas. Like, he kind of knows that, and like he really just gives a shit about the presents. Like, I don't think he like really.
He just knows that he gets stuff, and like sometimes some of the stuff
Christmas
is like if people say that it's from Santa, and you're like, who's this motherfucker?
And you know, we went and took pictures already.
Why is he bringing me this? What did I do?
Yeah, what?
You were good this year. Overall, the scale tipped in favor of a thumbs up. So you got this $400 bike.
Wrong.
In my mind, I don't have children. I don't think I'm very much the mindset like I don't want to lie to my kids about stuff. Like it's very easy to say as not a parent, like, this is what I'm going to fucking do. And then when you have a kid and they're like, wait, what do you mean Santa's not real, that they heard about it and I didn't know they did beforehand. And then I have to explain to them that it's just fucking made up. Like, that's going to be rough if that's the case or whatever. But like, I don't want to, I get the like, the world's a magical place sort of thing that you're doing with Santa, but like the world can still be a magical place without Santa. Like you can still have these stories and you can still be like, oh yeah, people believe in this or whatever, and like you can talk about it, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna like if I buy you something, I spend money on it, like you're gonna know I spent the fucking money and who's paying the bills. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be like, oh, somebody else got that for you. I'm selfish, man. Like I'm a bitch. Let's be real.
That's fair. Yeah, the big thing I think that maybe you don't think about, but like other kids, like my son goes to a Christian fucking school, which
I like how you threw fucking in between Christian and school. Yeah, so
if you listen to the fucking podcast, that are not my beliefs, but we do celebrate Christmas. It's just
that's just what it's not really a religious thing anymore.
Point of fucking view, which I also fucking hate.
Yeah, I mean it's I like that it's an excuse to see people. Like my sister lives on the East Coast. My brother lives in Colorado. Yeah. And we're in Iowa, so I don't see them super often. So it's just, and like I have a cousin in California, another cousin in Texas. I don't get to see everybody that often. So it's nice to have everybody like everybody like has to be back for Christmas. You know what I mean? Like that's the holiday you come back for. So everybody's back for Christmas. So it's nice to be able to see everybody. And I mean, it's awesome getting shit. Don't get me wrong, and it's an excuse to fucking day drink and you get work off. I get paid to not work for those 2 days. Like it's rad.
I literally am guaranteed one day a year. I am guaranteed to have off. It is Christmas, and 3 years ago, I had to work Christmas, and the year before that.
That sucks.
Yeah, because whoever designed our program decided that we needed to go in and prep for the next day on Christmas. Like, suck on my nuts, bro.
Yeah, it sucks.
But, yeah, where was that?
It's just, yeah, it's,
I like the idea. I like the idea.
I just hate everything
things.
Is my thing. Yeah, I'm not like a jolly person. I'm like, sit quietly in a corner with headphones in kind of dude. Yeah, like I'm that guy. And
100%.
Here I am fucking doing a podcast for some reason. But like, you know, I'm not that fucking guy. I don't decorate. There's a fucking tree upstairs with lights on it. You know what I did? Fucking nothing. I was playing video games when she's put the tree up.
I put it up because
she went and bought the tree. She went and bought a new tree because apparently I threw the old one out when we moved. I don't fucking know. There was 2 boxes upstairs. They both said Christmas tree. I didn't open them. The one I threw away had a Christmas tree. The one I kept didn't. Oops.
What was in a Christmas tree box that wasn't a Christmas tree?
I don't know. I think it's fucking empty. I have no idea. I feel like no,
this is a really light Christmas tree. I'm gonna grab this one.
No, I swear there was shit in there, and then like we got here, and then 3 days before, she just threw out whatever was in there so she could go buy a new Christmas tree.
Yeah, we're on to you.
It's a plot. She doesn't listen to the podcast. It's fine.
Well, yeah, my wife.
Her mom does. Her mom and her dad do. It's fine.
Yeah, Greg, Joni, they don't care.
Sister does too. Paige listens. Hi, Paige.
Hey, Paige. But yeah, the idea of giving gifts to people you give a shit about, I like that idea.
100%.
Also, I don't want to receive a bunch of shit I don't need.
Okay, let's talk about this for a second, because that has become a huge thing of like, I have to get these people something. I have to get them something.
I hate it.
Motherfucker, don't. If you have to give me something, alcohol is a really, really easy go-to. Like, I don't want something that you're not going to use and just sit around or fucking throw away. Have this, have a little bit of fun. Fucking, you give me drugs too, I guess. That's fine. But alcohol is, you know, we'll stick with alcohol, I guess. Yeah, socially acceptable. I don't. I'm in this position right now where it is 10 days until Christmas. I have done absolutely no Christmas shopping. I have to buy Christmas presents for everyone. I do this every single year. Never once have I been responsible and thought ahead. Many times I'm like, I should start buying Christmas presents. It's December 1st. I only got 25 days. It's really not that long, and I need to do it beforehand
it's gonna fly by.
so I can have it here and wrapped by the time I have Christmas celebrations. I need to order things like today to have it in time to do that, and I'm fucking recording a podcast.
A lot of places are like Monday before the episode goes out is when you should have. So if you haven't ordered your Christmas presents now, you
this is your friendly neighborhood reminder to order last minute.
Or something.
You gotta hit the gas station on the way home.
Some Jim Beam over here.
That's the thing, though. Like really, alcohol's a pretty good go-to for most men. A lot of women as well, I would say. Not my wife. Your wife. You could get alcohol and be fine, I suppose.
Actually, she would probably just yell at me.
If you only got her alcohol?
If I got
okay. From the point of view of like a husband to wife, no. But like my brother, if I was like, yo, here's a bottle of JMO.
He's like, whatever, that's cool.
Sick, JMO, tight. Thanks, buddy.
So real quick.
Yeah.
So my wife told me we're not getting presents for each other.
Okay.
We don't have excess money.
Yeah,
like,
you have money to spend on other people 100%.
I don't have
tried
money
to do
spend
that
on other people, but I want to spend it on my son. I don't want to spend it on
other people being your son. That's fine. Yes.
Don't need
anything. They can go buy things for themselves. Yes.
So like those people that are like family, like I literally am telling them not to buy me anything. Like if you're going to give me something, give me money so I can pay some fucking bills, or spend your money on my child because we're not getting him a ton of shit.
Because we don't have money to buy him all the stuff. Just instead of in lieu of buying me a present, buy an extra present for my son.
And Caden, if you're listening to this, I got you a Switch. So that was a large clump of what we had to spend on you, so that's why you didn't get like 45
I fucking hope
Lego sets.
First of all, I hope he doesn't listen to this. Second of all, if he does, I'm surprised he has the attention span to make it this far. Oh, so you mean like no, so this is like 15 years in the future, he's gonna go back like after you got hit by a bus and listen to this podcast and just be like, what was my dad doing for the last 8 years of my life, not paying attention to me?
Pay attention to him all the time.
This got really fucking dark. I'm implying you're a bad father. I don't think that. I'm sorry.
No, I bought the Switch so we could have father-son time and like not solo play
Fortnite. Yeah, honestly, there's some sweet games on that. And my wife was playing Wii. She's watching some kids. She's babysitting tonight. And they're playing Wii. And she's like, I fucking miss Wii Sports. And like playing Mario Kart. I'm like, fuck. Real quick, side note, I used to have you might know this. I used to have a top 10 world record and top 5 US record in Mario Kart Wii for time. Yeah, just throwing that out there.
That's impressive.
Yep.
Weird flex, but okay.
that is one of my favorite fucking things to come out of 2018. If that came from this, that's when I fucking heard it. I love that terminology. Weird flex, but okay is so fucking funny to me. I love it.
Weird flex, but
like,
alas.
Yeah, I'm not big on like slang and like current stuff. I really like salty. Like throwing shade was funny. That was like the first one I got into. Damn. I liked salty. Throwing shade in certain circumstances. You can't. It's overused, but
yeet.
Salty. Yeah, yeet's good, but like I don't know. That one's different too.
It's kind of like an ironic yeet.
This is kind of derailed a little bit here. We were talking about something. There was a reason we were talking about it too, but I just can't think of it now.
We were talking about presents.
Yeah, it was just general Christmas stuff, and now I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
It's a good point to get into the reviews.
Let's just fucking stop and move into reviews. You have the reviews up.
I do. All right, our review from December 6th from Tom Mills. He recommended the podcast on Facebook.com.
Hey, thanks.
So appreciate it, Tom. He says, the only unsolved mystery here is how these two guys don't have millions of fans.
I can solve that mystery in a second because we're fucking morons, sir.
Literal, like, non-existent research we've done.
I am flattered, finish reading it, sorry.
This podcast is so entertaining that you'll think they paid me to do this review, which they haven't yet. Sorry, Tom, we don't have any income from this podcast. You will not be.
We don't have any money with which to pay you.
He continues, I'm from a little rural part of the UK near where actor Simon Pegg, whoever the fuck that is.
What do you fucking mean?
Who is Simon Pegg?
Moving on.
Simon Pegg was born in where Tolkien wrote much of Lord of the Rings. I know that one.
Oh, you know that reference, do you, Connor?
I've always been interested in strange and unusual creature sightings. This is a long one. Probably because most of our residents and political leaders alike are bizarre cryptid-like humanoids that communicate in barks and strange inhuman yelping.
Get him.
I generally love whacking on this podcast and letting Jacob and Connor attempt a sensible discussion about a strange creature sighting, then go off on a wild and usually quite entertaining tangent. I'm also a massive Pokemon fan, so I love the little nods to Pokemon you guys make every now and then. Water dogs / otters equal Vaporeon, etc. I also love how you guys get involved with the Facebook page and probably actually read the comments and reviews. Probably, maybe, definitely.
Yeah, we're doing that right now.
Seriously, I love your podcast, and if you ever fancy getting in touch with a quote-unquote cryptids fancier from the home of creepy and mysterious beings, you just let me know. Keep discussing, and I will keep listening. Cheers. Motherfucking cheers to you, Tom.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. Thank you so much for the review. I'm really glad that you mentioned that you like the Pokemon things in there, because I literally have a Pokeball tattooed on my head. I'm gonna throw that out there. Like, I was 20 once and did some dumb things, but that was one of them. I don't really regret it that much, so that's cool.
It's a Pokeball. It's never going out
it needs
of style.
touched up, don't get me wrong, but it's there.
I also want to give you a shout out to Tom because somebody commented on his review and said, sounds interesting. I've been looking for some more podcasts to listen to it, so I'll give it a go.
Hey,
so
hopefully that person, yeah, cool. Appreciate that.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah! Thank you, Tom. That was awesome. Also, super cool that you're from, it's cool to me that you're from some small town in the UK, because I have left the United States one time. I went to Mexico a couple of Christmases ago because my family went and I got to tag along like some rich bitch. You know what I mean? It's not like a thing that we've done before. The only time I've ever left the country.
I've never left, and
I've never been to the UK. So it seems, and we don't do advertising at all either, so it just seems cool to me that we just put this out on the internet and some guy literally halfway across the world just fucking found it and is into what we're doing. So super fucking cool. It's very motivating for me when things like that happen. So
you would really think it would result in doing better research.
That would be my New Year's resolution. So the first 3 episodes are going to be fire, and then it's going to be a real steep decline.
Yeah. I don't know about 3.
1.5.
Yeah. We're going to struggle through the January 31st episode, and then it's just going to be... It's not going to get any better. Thanks for listening to Counting Cryptids.
All right, I have another Facebook review up, if my phone will stay alive, because it's at 5%, but it's Levi Maltba. We'll say Levi. Fuck it. We'll say from Levi on Facebook. He recommended the podcast.
Thanks, Levi.
Thanks, Levi. That sounded really sarcastic. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But really, thank you. I'm going to read that review presently.
Read it.
Having an issue adding a review to Apple Podcast app, so I'll put it here, smiley face. These guys are a blast. I listen to you guys while at work, lumber mill. And just recently, while doing my first few runs of snowboarding, had to finish up the Shadow People episode. If you're looking for a serious documentary and / or mockumentary style podcast, these guys won't be your cup of tea. But what I enjoy about this podcast in particular is that it is laid back, reminding me of late night bullshitting with friends over strange topics. Keep up the good work, guys. I'll definitely be tuning in to future episodes. Fuck yeah. Thank you, Levi.
Thanks, Levi. You literally...
If you're looking for a lot of information, not the one. If you're just looking for some people bullshitting and a laugh, check it out.
Maybe check out Counting Cryptids.
Thank you so mumuch. It means a lot that you guys are, and it's also thank you for letting us know what you do. Where you listen, what you're doing when you listen. Also,
I put a post on for new Facebook group. People that joined the group recently.
Yeah.
Just hey, shout out, what's up? Glad you're here. If you're new here, tell us a little bit about
yourself. Hey, yeah, get involved in the community. Yeah, there's a lot of cool people over there. I know we talk about the people who are very active in the community, like we mentioned on like every fucking episode, just because we have nothing else to talk about. So it's like
we constantly interact and like
they're always like giving us information and like it's that's the thing. So it's just like the more you interact with it, the better it really is. So it's really cool. You guys are writing in and really do appreciate it. It's weird. Like Connor sends me screenshots of stuff all the time. Constantly. It's just like it's just like I don't fucking understand. It's unbelievable to me.
Literally two dudes sitting at a table talking into microphones about.
It's literally also like part of it. Like I get like I've known you a long ass time. I don't know if we've talked about this on there. Like I've known Connor almost my entire life. Like as long as I've known my brother, I have known Connor. Like almost that long. It's been 20 fucking 4 years, dude. Like let's go.
Yeah, dude. Like Jacob is literally my only friend.
That's fair. We're kind of dicks. So
yeah. But seriously, thank you for checking out the episode.
Yeah, really do appreciate it. If you want to go leave a review, Facebook, maybe we'll have like
two best places probably.
Yeah, and I don't know why you're having issues on iTunes reviews. That's not good. Hopefully that gets worked out. If you're also having those issues, I apologize. You can go do that over on Facebook, or you can just email us and be like, "Hey, this isn't working, but like I tried and I love you," and we'll read it on the episode for you. Like
put like the amount of stars and then
okay, just so it's just like an imaginary review. It doesn't get posted anywhere other than just like
we're gonna read it.
So what you're saying is we're fabricating reviews now, Connor.
I mean, I think it'd be more helpful to have reviews in the places.
I mean, okay. Then reading them on the episode. Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Well, we will accept it. Man.
You are correct. Okay.
Definitely want to read those.
So again, thank you. We've said that like 18 times now. I also wanted to mention, go again and fill out brackets for the tournament.
Yeah.
Every episode that we have done this year, every single cryptid is in there. All you got to do is pick which one. You just like drag it to the next one. Like, I think this one would beat that one. I think this one would beat that one. I think this one would be, okay, this is what I think would win. And then like you can write some funny fucking comment in there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, you can write like a comment or whatever in there. So like,
okay.
I don't remember what some of them are.
I can read them.
Oh yeah, if you want to read one or two of them right now, we can sure do that.
Should we go with names or just leave it anonymous?
No, leave it anonymous. Leave it anonymous.
Okay. So the first one here says Hellhound sends all his enemies to hell. So I think we know who's winning there.
Hellhounds.
Not a bad one. Not a bad one. I still have yet to fill mine out. You filled yours out.
I did, yeah. So would Hellhounds then be Black Shuck?
I would assume, yeah.
Okay.
You said Sharkbait, ooh ha ha.
Yeah. Megalodon, brother.
Alrighty. We got an Gobble Squatch is OP.
Okay.
I can dig it. I like this one. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys,
bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I don't know who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown. I've been thinking for months I need to get rights to that song. I've tried to look into how to do it, and I can't fucking figure it out. If you somehow know how to do it, please fucking send us an email or contact us somehow. Like, I've been trying. Right now, I've come into a little bit of money that I would be willing to throw at like buying a song to be able to use on the podcast. So, and I've known that song since I was like 12 years old, for real. I remember that song. Have you heard it?
No.
Pause for the cause, brother. Really though, thank you. That it did brighten my day. Getting to when Connor told me that you said that, because I hadn't heard that song in a hot minute. I did more recently hear it, but like it still had been quite some time. Again, if you have any idea how to get the rights to that fucking song or a song in general, and who the fuck I would contact about that one, like, god damn it, I would love to play that song on the tournament episode. Just okay. So once again, do your brackets. Happy holidays, real quick.
Yeah, we never say Christmas. We said this was a Christmas episode, but
yeah, well, it's
Happy Christmas,
Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays, Happy New Year. It's winter. Happy. I think on the 20th is maybe the first day of winter.
Either way,
when this releases, today has been fucking nice. That's hella. It's hella tight. It's hella tight. It's 2006. I can say hella again. So
We're on MySpace.
yeah, exactly. So just this happy holidays. Thank you. Like the amount of downloads and stuff we've gotten this year has been mind blowing.
Year, Jacob.
Yeah.
And my mind is blown
every single time. I'm like, how the fuck is there this many? It's really not even that much, but every single time I'm like, what?
In the grand scheme of things, it's not much, but
it is enough that it's increasing regularly, and when it does, it like doubles, and then it sits steady, and then it'll double, and then it sits steady, and then it doubles, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? It's been really cool. And I appreciate it.
People that listen to this podcast.
100%, and everybody that's involved in the Facebook community 100%. And just social media in general. It's been really cool, and I mean, not only it's been helpful for the podcast in many ways. It's been cool. Thanks.
What are some of those links there, Jacob?
For social media, facebook.com/Counting Cryptids, twitter.com/CountCryptid, and Instagram.com/Counting Cryptids, which is fucking hopping right now.
Yeah, dude. It's insane. You can also find us on myspace.com/counting_cryptids. I'm going to try and do something with this.
I don't know what, but okay. Good luck.
I don't know.
They switched their layout like a decade ago, and it was like sideways shit. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck you're doing, and I left. And that was the last time I looked at MySpace.
There's a play bar at the bottom, so maybe the podcast will be on there.
So we're gonna start hosting our podcast on MySpace. All right, I'm in. Genius. We're going backwards in time. We're time travelers, Connor.
Jacob from the future.
That's fine. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm under 200 pounds now, so.
Golf claps around the room, people. If you're listening to this in your office, golf clap quietly.
Just make it sound as much as possible like you're masturbating under your desk.
Start to sweat a little bit.
It still sounds like I'm a fatty, but I'm a tall guy.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of weight. Okay, so we did reviews. I think we're on to the 1v1 and then results.
Do you think would win? Santa or Krampus?
So it's tough because Krampus is like the muscle. He's the bad guy. Yeah. But like I don't know if that means that then Santa is like
more badass because he can keep him in line.
Well, it's like that. Yeah, like oh, okay. I didn't even think about it that way. It's like I just kind of felt like maybe he's like he's able to do stuff. Like if he wanted to fucking do that, he could. He just doesn't. He's just a nice guy. He's just a nice guy. He can fucking open up a can of whoop ass should he feel it's necessary. In the Marvel universe, he just erase your mind and then turn you into a fucking chipmunk and then step on you or something. But
I mean, he could do that, but it seems like his intentions are always peace.
Yeah. He seems like
just go your separate ways. Stop fucking with each other. Like,
you
know, there's no malicious that I could read. That is all. You know.
So then he'd just like turn Krampus into like a happy person. Oh, there you go. Make him a toy and be like, now you can spend a long time learning to not fucking be such a dick.
I mean, if we're gonna bring X-Men stuff into it, though,
he's gonna freeze him in tartar sauce until he accidentally gets his head unfrozen and then tricks the people into fully unfreezing him, in which he will discover that there is a belt that tickles him
from now on,
every time he does something bad.
We're gonna make the honking noise.
What?
SpongeBob.
Oh, or like dolphin. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. There'll be way too much of that in the episodes, dude. There's
a lot of work.
Too much of that.
Cut out to do.
I think I'm gonna go Santa. Like if it's not like magical, I think Krampus would just be like, just beat him out.
Yeah.
But I think like the just like magicalness of it is just like yeah. I think it's
mythical Santa.
But if it's just a dude that's like a good dude, like and Krampus is a demon, then Krampus would just like kill him with a stick.
Dudes, I still think Krampus.
But he'd be like giving him gold every time he hit him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know this. Why are you so nice to me? I don't know how that works. So
great shot.
Yeah.
Really, you got me there.
It's a really, really terrific form.
Wow.
I think you've had a lot of practice.
Have you been working out?
Where are you at? I think I'm gonna go Santa if magic is involved, I guess. If we're talking Santa Claus as like the cryptid, if you can, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like how we're talking about this at the very fucking end of the episode. I was like, it's not really a cryptid, but like we've done this before, so it's fine.
Yeah. Cowboys is coming up, so
Yeah. Hopefully, season 2.
Yeah, God, dude, it's so hard. Because demon is... There's so many things a demon can do. And Santa's not really defined. Like
As what he is.
Right, like I would assume he's closest to an angel, but I don't know where his powers stop, even in the
Okay,
universe.
I mean that's fair.
Which could mean they're endless, or they're
or not. Yeah. And then, okay, never mind.
But if we're doing X-Men versus Demon, in the sense that Santa's being...
I'm going like in my mind. I'm going like the fullest extent of either, like ramped up, like both of them turned to 11. Like let's fucking go. It's go time, motherfuckers.
Santa's on a fucking motorcycle.
I'm gonna include a link to Carol of the Bells, the August Burns Red cover. You should definitely, 150% go and listen to that. Also, everything else that they have done for forever, because they are fucking amazing, talented musicians.
Paid advertisement for...
If August Burns Red wanted to sponsor our podcast, I would 100% sell out. So where are you at? I don't know if you ever decided.
I think I'm on Santa's side as well.
Okay.
I think he can keep him in line. Krampus seems a little bit more wild. I think that Santa just seems more in control.
Krampus is used to dealing with children, not a full-grown 380-pound man.
With a giant sack.
With the heaviest of sacks.
Giant sacks, though.
Well, but I think Krampus's is empty, and it's like, I'm going to put you in this sack.
I come with the sack, I'm going to empty it on your...
I come with a sack. Done. Fucking done for the year on that, folks. Okay. So, it's time for the results, the 1v1 results. Insert music here.
Where's that funky music, white boy?
Oh, damn, I did not say that. But do that. So what are said results?
All right. The Krampus versus the Gobble Squatch is what we're after here. So our Thanksgiving versus the Krampus Snot. We'll see who wins. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay. All right. So on Twitter we had 75% Krampus.
Okay.
Blew him out of the water. Gobble Squatch, suck it. You're getting in that sack.
What about Facebook? What about Facebook?
On Facebook, similar stats there. 66% Krampus, 34% Gobble Squatch.
And Instagram.
Also, very Krampus-sided. 79% Krampus, 21%.
So the winner is Krampus, is what you're saying.
Krampus, 74%.
74% Krampus. All right. I think we went with Gobble Squatch.
We did go with Gobble Squatch. I think we took out the demonic.
Well, I think we again, like, if you're taking everything at like the most of what it could be, it's a fucking 300-foot turkey. I guess maybe we fucked up. Maybe a demon would definitely beat it because it's like terrestrial at that point.
I think
so
when we made our decisions, though, we had it the opposite.
we were also drunk, so
fucked up. But yeah.
Okay.
Just destroyed Gobble Squatch.
There was a lot of votes this time too.
Instagram popped off.
It's been hot. I'll be posting a picture of the dog of Stella on Instagram. We're gonna take that real quick, and then it'll be a festive one.
Real quick before we head into that outro, again, Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year. We'll be back the 31st. That should be a tournament episode, and then we'll be back 2 weeks after that with just regular releases again.
Back to normal. Make sure you fill out that
tournament bracket. Again, the link is in challenge. You spell that?
ChallengeOlonge.com/counting.
Link to that in the description and on social media. It'll be all over the place. It'll be like pinned on there, so it'll be like the top thing for while that's open. It closes.
I'm gonna try and blow it up and like.
When does it close?
Closes, I believe, on like.
We said it in the tournament talk episode for sure, definitively. All that information is in there.
I'm gonna have to re-listen to that episode. Figure out what we're doing.
That's fine.
But yeah, tournament for sure. We'll be back to 31st.
Have not yet figured out the prize. Maybe like a coffee mug or a t-shirt of some sort, but I will commission it.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode.
If you want to get your 2 cents in, answer this week's polls on social media.
You can find us on Twitter at Counting Cryptids or Counting Cryptids on Facebook.
If you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, or you just want to chat, you can email us at countingcryptids@hotmail.com.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and tell your friends.
He's been Connor.
He's been Jacob.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks for another fascinating installment of Counting Cryptids.
George Carlin once said the main reason Santa's so jolly is because he knows where all the bad girls live.